There comes a time in every soul's journey when you outgrow people who were never meant to walk with you into your divine season. In the past, you may have encountered someone who claimed to be attracted to you, drawn to your light, but they were never aligned with your purpose. Their energy was heavy, toxic, and not suitable for the vibration you now carry. You may have felt confused about why things didn't work out, but now you realize rejection was protection. This person, whether a love interest or a could have been, was never prepared for the kind of elevation you were destined for. They wanted to tether you to cycles of dysfunction. They couldn't handle your essence, so they were spiritually forced to walk away. Not because they didn't want you, but because they couldn't handle you. This individual tried to bring their emotional baggage into your space. They confused you for the type of person they were used to manipulating. They thought you would fall in line like others from their past. But you weren't built that way. You've been through too much. You've grown too strong. You walk in discernment now. They tried to label you, compare you, and confine you. They thought you were like the rest. They couldn't see that you were set apart. They mistook your silence for weakness, your boundaries for attitude, and your standards for arrogance. But all along, it was your elevation speaking for you. These toxic connections can't attach themselves to the healed version of you. That's why it didn't work. That's why they couldn't stay. You were no longer in alignment with their chaos. You've matured emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and now you are a walking testimony of peace and resilience. You don't operate in dysfunction anymore. You don't chase, you don't beg, you don't plead. And when this person realized you weren't going to jump through hoops to prove your worth, they turned bitter. They projected their insecurities onto you. But the truth is, they were never ready for the real version of you. They were addicted to drama. Drama made them feel important. Drama gave them control. And when they couldn't stir up chaos in your world, they called you cold, distant, too much. But it wasn't that you were too much. It was that they were too little for your frequency. You are not here to shrink yourself for someone who can't rise to your level. You're not here to play spiritual babysitter. They needed healing. But instead of doing the inner work, they tried to make you carry their wounds. And when you refused, you became the enemy in their story. You were not made to be fetched like some trophy or token. You are not a game. You are not entertainment. You are purpose wrapped in human form. And anyone who wants access to your world must come correct, not crooked. They didn't lose you because you were difficult. They lost you because they were inconsistent. They lost you because they were not ready to rise to your level. And now, they're somewhere asking themselves, what went wrong? But deep down, they know. You triggered something in them. Your strength, your self-respect, your peace, it made them uncomfortable. Because while they were used to chaos, you stood firm in calm. And calm people are powerful. Because calm means control. Calm means clarity. This connection didn't fail because you didn't try. It failed because they weren't ready for what you represented. They didn't have the capacity to love you right. They couldn't nurture you because they never learned how to nurture themselves. Some of them even turned others against you. They couldn't control your narrative, so they tried to destroy your reputation. They thought by turning others against you, they could hurt you. But instead, you rose higher. And now they're the ones left with the same chaos they tried to drag you into. You're not bitter. You're not broken. You're blessed. You've elevated so far that you now intimidate the very people who once thought they had power over you. And let that be a reminder. Your growth is your greatest revenge. You're not here to prove your worth to anyone. You're not here to convince someone of your value. If they can't see who you are the first time, let them go. You are not a rerun. You are not someone who waits around to be appreciated. If a person truly valued you, they would never risk losing you. The truth is, they thought you'd always be there. They thought you'd wait, but you were done waiting. And now they have to live with the consequences of overlooking a rare soul. Your peace was too expensive to gamble, and when you walked away, you proved you would never settle for less than you deserve again. You honored yourself, and that's why elevation keeps finding you. They are now living in regret. They are being haunted by what they let go. But that's no longer your burden to carry. Let them learn. Let them grow on their own. Because your assignment was never to fix broken people at the cost of breaking yourself. You are not for everyone, and you were never meant to be. You are for the ones who recognize your worth and are willing to match your energy. That's what alignment looks like. And that's the future you're heading into. Keep going. Keep growing. Keep protecting your energy. The right one will see you clearly, love you fully, and rise to meet you without games, confusion, or delay. Stay high vibrational. Stay rooted, because the best is still on its way. And now repeat this prayer with me. Dear God, I now release every connection that was never meant to walk with me into my next season. I release every toxic bond that once dimmed my light and clouded my peace. I affirm my worth, my value, and my calling to walk in alignment with my highest self. Lord, I forgive those who mishandled me, not for them, but for my own freedom and healing. I call back all the energy I gave to those who could not hold it with care. I affirm that my spirit is too powerful to dwell in low vibrational spaces. I welcome divine connections that nourish, uplift, and respect who I am. I detach from the need to be understood by those who chose not to see my light. I move forward in peace, clarity, strength, and wholeness. I declare that I will never again settle for less than what aligns with my highest path. Amen.